and welcome to Snooker Extra extended highlights of the second round of the 2018 Betfred World Snooker Championship. Our featured match tonight sees Kyren Wilson, Masters runner-up at Alexandra Palace in January, taking on Jamie Jones of Wales, who sensationally knocked out former world champion Shaun Murphy in the first round. Commentary from John Parrott and Stephen Hendry.
Kyren Wilson's had a pretty good record here at the Crucible last couple of years. It's taken Mark Selby and John Higgins to knock him out. And as for Jamie Jones, well, he's done it again. He's knocked out a big seed in Shaun Murphy. Should be a good match, Stephen.
Yeah, I think obviously Kyren Wilson, one of the bookies, will be favourite, but I do fancy him for this match, and I think in himself he will quietly be fancying himself to possibly get to the final this year. Very confident young man in his own ability, which you have to be. Not a bad start. Not a bad start.
Oh, wonderful cue in that. That is one of the features of Kyren's game, is his bolt straight cue action. You watch him practice in the practice room. It's there's a lot of that goes on with his coach, making sure that cue goes through the ball straight.
Well, he's not shying away from the aggressive shot, screwing this cue ball in and out of balk. Left hand side. And I don't think he's short of any confidence. Nothing tentative about this start. Two excellent pots.
Yeah, great way to start a match, those two pots. Very impressive. Black is available, so it's a case of knocking this in and coming through. Well, you don't want to be nicer, but it's a stun run through and you may snooker yourself, so it's the bottom red.
Four.
He's managed to, well, nearly hold the cue ball. I think he's okay there.
11.
Dropped it in, hasn't snookered himself. Will become touching ball on that other red. Yeah, miles away from the red on the side cushion with his waistcoat. He was a bit worried about that, but this is a wonderful start.
12.
Have played on 6 previous occasions, these two players, and it's 5-1 to Kyren Wilson in their head-to-head matches. So that always helps. Gives you a bit of confidence.
$19.
He's got one definite available red after this one, but I think he would like an angle in the black after this red to disturb something, and he's got it absolutely perfect. Now the 3 reds at the bottom of the pack, he wants to go into the right hand side, one of those, stun through that red. I played it pretty well, as good as he could have.
27.
Got the red on the right hand side. He's okay. He's got the red to the left middle. Just turning into a good opportunity.
28.
May possibly play another cannon here. Okay, go the two reds to the right of the bunch. He's looking at the gap. If he goes through that gap, and then the cue ball back up the table, leave one of those reds to the left corner. I think the cannon's worth a shot.
Yeah, just be looking for a fairly full contact. That'll have the most impact on the reds behind it, and hopefully keep the cue ball. He'd be pretty unlucky to lose it if he hit the pink full. Played it a little softer than I thought he was going to, but
33.
And he's on one to the centre, but it's not ideal because of the angle. He's taking one in the corner, so doesn't really know where the cue ball's going to end up here. Just make sure you knock it in. Make sure you knock it in. So it started promising, but
33.
it's only 33. Showed great character in his opening match, Jamie Jones. He was 8-5 down to Sean Murphy and being, well, in truth, comprehensively outplayed at that point. Murphy was flying, but the interval came probably at the right time for him. But credit to him, he regrouped after that and went into a final frame decider, which he managed to win. He got a lot of tough qualities, good scorer. And I didn't think anybody had beat Liang Wenbo 10 frames to 0, but that's what he did qualifying.
Felt he had a little bit too much angle in the blue. Didn't fancy playing a cannon. Wants to get 2 or 3 pots under his belt first, settle in to this frame, but it's a decent chance this for a counter attack. Karen Wilson's, well, I'm afraid that's unforgivable. You can't even use the excuse, okay, it's the first frame, he's not loosened up yet. Unforgivable. He'll be mortified, Jamie Jones, that he's just missed that. I was just about to say, Karen Wilson had done all the hard work, got the reds at a nice position, and Jamie Jones had a great chance of taking advantage of that.
Yeah, that was a shocker. I don't care what frame it was. Straight red, and the thing about it was he had a perfect angle for the green. Side cushion and the red below the pink was absolutely looking at him in the face. So that was a brilliant chance. Kyron's looking just to see if he can make that plant. 2 reds on the right hand side, because he's slightly the wrong side of the blue. So he's happy he can make it.
6.
Of course, the pink waiting there for him. Have to be a little bit careful with that. Sometimes you play those plants and you get a little bit more screw back than you want. So he controlled it quite well. But
Kyron Wilson 7.
Another poor miss. Bad news, it was a terrible shot in the pink. Good news is It stayed there in the jaws and covered the pocket.
He's looking to play the extreme right red to the right corner, follow through the cue ball off the cushion for pink or black. The only thing is the red that he's cannoning could block the left corner pocket. But at least make sure you pot the red. That was always a danger. He didn't play it positively though, played it very softly.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was going to say to you, would you be one of those shots that you either play hard run through or you screw back off, but playing it the way he played, the pace he did, always a chance that could happen.
Green.
So both players had a couple of chances already in this opening
Jamie
frame.
Jones, Swan.
Just the roll up, top cushion, should have just come into the back of it. Yeah. Been a steadily progressive upward curve in Kyron's career. And a couple of finals. It's taken very good players to beat him, Mark Allen in the Masters. And that big final, he ran into Ronnie O'Sullivan at his very best in the English Open. He's beaten 9-2 in that one, but quite frankly, the way Ronnie played, he'd have beaten anyone 9-2. It was brilliant. So it's taken the very best to beat him. Just took the opportunity to tidy the frame up. There had been a bit of tip-tapping going on there for a while, so he just played the positive shot. Hopefully he won't live to regret it by having this red clipped in. Spoke to Jamie after his first round victory, and he was just saying that he was going to pop back home to Neath and spend a few days at home and watch everybody else sweat for a few days, as opposed to hanging around in the local area in the hotels and everything. Just went back and have some practice in the club and keep out of the way for a while. Poor shot that. It needs a little bit of luck with the cover on the brown, and he's got it. Didn't play it like that.
Jamie Jones is going to play this red down the cushion to try and move that red away from the left corner, screw the cue ball back 2 cushions, hopefully back to the baulk cushion. Bonus. A huge hit on that was going to happen. The main thing was a safety shot. He wanted to see the red go in.
Couldn't have hit that any better, could he? Absolutely pured. Perfect in the middle of the pocket. But this is a shot that's not easy. Blind pocket.
Three.
That's amazing what can happen. I mean, it was a good enough pot that to stun round the angles. You'd love to be thinking you'd be on something, but he's hit the black in the one angle that stopped him potting the reds on the left-hand side. So a bit unlucky there.
Jamie Jones, 3.
I don't know why Karen chose to hit that so softly, but it looked like it was pretty easy to hit from behind, but put some distance between the two balls, but decided not to. Well, needed to get the cue ball tighter to the ball cushion than that.
This is one of the strengths of Karen Wilson's game. Can I knock in another good long pot? Yeah, right in the middle of the pocket. He is one of the best in the game. Consistently potting long pots.
1.
Yep, you couldn't hit it any better than that. I mentioned I watched him in the practice room one time. I was at the UK and he must have played for half an hour. Never missed one of those.
6.
Incredible percentage of that particular shot. Gives your opponent the jitters if you keep leaving those out.
Seven.
That was well judged.
Yeah, that little delicate positional shot is one on this first frame. And it'll be a slight sigh of relief for Karen Wilson because he started so well in this frame and then started to make a couple of mistakes, give his opponent at least a couple of chances.
15.
But it's turned out that he has won the first frame, which is always nice.
Over the line, but he can pop this red and flick the other one off the cushion here.
22. $23. $28. 29. $33. 35.
He can put a long ball this way.
38.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown
38
there.
and frame.
You won't be too worried about that. So a couple of chances for both players before Kyron Wilson got in and settled that frame. But if he settled down himself now, he's taking the opener and he leads 1-0. Yeah, never a big fan of these type of frames where the cue ball's got to keep coming back to the top of the table. It's just because of that red in the balk area. You just have to play them and get them done. But horrible type of frames. Unless somebody makes a mistake and leaves a red towards the middle. There's usually about 20 minutes or half an hour in these sort of frames. It's just the way they go.
I don't know if the blue's available, but if it was, Kyron Wilson will take this red on. He never shies away from taking the pot on. That's what I do like about his game.
Well, he's a good cueist. This is very tough. Worth a shout though. Yeah, clever little shot. Shots are nothing really. But over that distance, at that pace, to hit it that straight, very difficult. That's excellent. So it wasn't a shot to nothing after all.
1.
Very good. Considering what he missed in the first frame, the absolute sitter, that was excellent.
Eight.
He's on this red, but in order to not snooker himself behind the red that's near this one, he's left himself way short. And that just put a
9.
little bit more pressure on the cue ball. And he's okay, it's just crept out of the bulk area. Don't know if the red next to the blue goes to right middle. If it does, that's what he'll play for.
Twelve. 30.
If the red at the bottom of the cluster goes, he's just looking to see if that is now. That is a lovely ball to get on. You keep the cue ball low, pot that, and you could open up the pack of reds as you play a screw shot. So if he can get on that, that's the one to play on. Okay, so the pot is a little bit more
20.
acute than it could have been, but this is going to pay dividends if he knocks it in. There's a choice to play topspin or backspin here. Just depends on how he sees it. He's going to go with the topspin option. You've got to knock the red in.
Jamie Jones, 20.
Bad miss.
Yeah, so often happens with that shot. The player concentrates so much on the cue ball and where that's going to end up, forgets about the pot. He's been fortunate. I think this red does cut back. And again, you've got the problem, the cue ball is going to be running wild. Possibly use the 3 reds underneath the pink to stop the cue ball. The angle was wider than I thought, but that was the only problem with that shot. You had no guarantee of perfect position. Very difficult to control that cue ball. Now this does need good cueing.
Well, looks like he's made his mind up. He's taking it on.
Brown.
This is tough. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If you're not straight through the ball there, you will not pot that. That is an excellent
5.
shot from the side cushion.
Six.
Yeah, slightly overhit that one. Was it leave himself on the green there. So he's having to work quite hard at the beginning of this break.
Eight. Nine.
Try to force an angle out of that just to get the other side and to come up a little bit short.
16.
Well, it's only 16, but it's one of the best 16s I've seen in this year's championship. There's been some shots in it. Goodness me. And that was really well played. Lovely touch. Knew full well once he got the cannon he'd be opening the gap for the pink. This is good stuff.
Yeah, it definitely looks, I know it's early stages, but by far the most composed and confident player at the table. Jamie Jones, to me, doesn't look like he's quite settled yet. But he is that type of player. He's quite fidgety around the table, quite, you know, he's fast around the table and with the way he plays the game. But Karen Wilson
24.
looks in pretty good nick to me.
Yeah, Jamie always reminds me a bit like a bottle of pop, doesn't he? Just take the top off and he has a fizz. He's always quick around the place. Karen's queuing very well. And the brown at the start of this break, it was just a fabulous shot. Deserves everything he gets after that.
$31. $37. $38.
He's left an angle to do numerous shots there. Screw back towards the three reds, but the one next to the blue does look like it's potable. That's the one he's up for. How would you be trying to get to those three reds, Stephen? What colour would you be playing for?
45.
It also depends on the angle on the red, but you would say pink is the easiest colour in either corner pocket, depending on the angle, but as I said, it all depends. Might use the blue here. Just stun the cue ball, just graze the blue. I just tried to drop it in.
46.
He's just lost the cue ball a bit. May have to play for the red next to the yellow if it goes to the right corner. Unless he's playing in and out of bulk. Yeah, obviously does go that red.
$52.
32 points in front. So we're going to need at least another two reds. So yeah, probably play for blue here.
$53.
Okay, but take the cue ball. He's going to have to use the black cushion here. If he takes the cue ball up in a line towards that cushion, he could leave the cue ball virtually on the cushion and have a choice of a couple of reds, either to the left corner or left middle. Well, that'll do. He's played for the single red, and that was to the inch.
58.
That positional shot.
Excellent. Couldn't have put that any better with his hand.
Yeah, put all his eggs in one basket there. Decided to play for a single red. sometimes that is the way to go, because it just makes you concentrate that little bit harder. If you play for the cue ball into an area, just expecting to be or hoping to be on something, sometimes it doesn't work out. Well, blue will do to put on 44
15.
points ahead, 43 in the table. That'll be just making sure of the frame, but if he wants to carry on the break, he needs to play pink.
Yeah, I think I'd be knocking the blue in. With an excellent contribution this though. So he's 44 ahead, 43
64.
remaining, so 1 snooker required for Jamie Jones. But important that you play a good safety shot for Karen. You've still got to be concentrating hard in these matches, in these frames, when it's only 1 snooker. He's decided to go across there, but where's the cue ball going, Karen?
Foul.
Wow.
Karen Wilson 64.
Oh, that's a shocking
Jamie
error.
Jones.
It really is. It's almost as if he's completely forgotten or not thought about what the path of the cue ball was going to be.
Yeah, just done all the hard work for your opponent there. Jamie Jones is going to have to get a snooker, but you've just given him the foul points. Mind you, he's just not settled yet. I mean, that safety shot was miles away. Shouldn't have been nowhere near the blue with the cue ball. Well, it might look like he played safe, but he didn't. Just needs to get a good safety in, Jamie. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, it was close. He's been pretty fortunate to hit the bump on the middle pocket there. I could expected that to have stuck in the jaws a bit more, but once it hit the bump and through the cue ball the other side of the table, it's made this more difficult. Now Jamie's looking at a shot here where he pots this and comes and moves the red off from behind the black, but you can play it, but you've got to make sure you get on a colour. He's 40 points behind. Settled for that. That's for sure. He was trying to flick the other red, missed it, ended up great on the black. So they're all there. And Karen Wilson, with that shot he played, trying to clip the red in the corner, could have thrown this frame away.
Nine.
Perfect position now. Yellow slightly off its spot, she needs to remember. But you couldn't ask for anything better than this, Jamie.
$16. 18.
His heart was in his mouth there. He thought he was going to land with the cue ball in front of the blue. Oh, Jamie, what have you
21.
done?
That's like neither one shot nor the other, that one. Still on it, but it should have been a lot easier than this. If you had any doubts, you just should have screwed across the face of the brown and left it into the same pocket as the green.
I still fancy him to pot this. He just screws the cue ball off 2 cushions for the blue to the left middle. It's not that difficult a shot, but it's more difficult than it should have been, and that can sometimes play in your mind. Looks to be
20.
pretty much a natural angle just to follow the cue ball off 1 cushion for the pink to the right corner. Some players prefer to stun the cue ball under pressure. Yeah, it's gone to 1 cushion.
30.
I have a credit Jamie Jones. He can pot these last 2 colours.
Oh, he's got a bit of grit about him, that's for sure. We saw that in his opening match.
$36.
Well, Karen Wilson will be kicking himself. Jamie Jones needed a snooker with 2 reds on. Karen Wilson put a careless in off, and not a great clearance for Jamie Jones to level at 1 each. If he makes a mistake early in this frame, Karen Wilson, he'll go back to thinking about the previous frame. That's what you do. Such a mental game.
Well, he's looking at this red already, and he's pretty adept at these. We've seen that already. It's a long game. This is slightly on an angle compared to the other long pots he's knocked in. And he's mishit it completely. And stuck Jamie Jones in the start of frame 3. So maybe he is thinking about that.
Yeah, from being looking like being 2-0 up and cruising, all of a sudden he's got all sorts going on in his mind. You're sat in your chair, you just think all sorts. You know, I should have been 2-0 up on the way to making a lead in this first session.
$8. $9.
Well, he's quite fortunate there. That was a poor hit. It's only the fact that these tables have just been reclothed that makes the pockets a bit more slippy when the cloth is first put on, that went in. Because it hit plenty of jaw.
$50. $16.
Again, this, you know, you've got to be playing as a break building. You've got to be finishing level on the black there to go into the bunch. It's a huge target to split them. Okay, there's a big target from the blue.
But the thing is, it seems to be more a modern day thing now. People are cherry picking, aren't they? They're taking loose reds and
23.
then leaving it to the last minute, where sometimes you think go in earlier and you've got an insurance policy with a red near the side of the pack.
I always think going into the bunch when there's a couple of, at least one, but a couple of loose reds is the best way to go. But they're an equally big target if you get a good
24.
angle on the blue, which, well, he hasn't got yet. This is what happens. You don't take the opportunity early. Sometimes you never get that good angle again. He is looking at the bunch, but it doesn't look the best angle to generate enough pace to open the reds. He has got the red to left middle, should it not work out. That was a good shot. That was a very good shot to generate the pace. From
29.
up here in the commentary box, it didn't look like they could do that.
Yeah, did well there. Now it's just looking to see if that black is available, and it's tight, but it will go. So it's worked out pretty good, because this is a natural.
30.
Well, what a good time this would be for Jamie Jones to try and win this frame in one visit. Really keep the hammer down.
I don't know about you, Steve, but I always wanted to be right behind these. When I've always thought the pocket was pretty tight, I always like to have a good look at it when it's on an angle. But he's negotiated it well. It was a little bit easier than we thought on our monitor. Had enough room.
37. $38.
Not really the best shot he's just played there either. I mean, I have to leave him, as I say, Stephen mentioned finishing level with it. You don't want to be leaving half balls on the black so you can manoeuvre the cue ball as much as possible, but he's just off straight there. And he really should have been a bit lower. And he's played in an area for the outside red or the one in the middle, so that was a clever little shot.
45.
Not on one, you're on the other. And he's doing well so far, not splitting these reds up. He's going to have to do it in a minute. Unless he can find something I can't see.
$46.
And he won't like that shot either.
Yeah, I mean the red to the left of the bunch does go to the left corner. He could screw back off one cushion directly, but that's quite a tough shot to judge. He'll probably be leaving the red to the far right corner. And he hasn't gone to the cue ball. So he's on 53, but he's never had this cue ball
53.
on a tight string. And it looks like he's not even going for a pot, keeping it tight.
Jamie Jones, 53.
Good contribution, but it goes back to that same thing we were talking about earlier in the frame. Sometimes get yourself an angle and get into that pack as soon as possible, especially when there's a couple of reds in the opening. Give yourself options. Just coming straight on the black there, that's why he's only made the 53.
Wide as possible, please. Thank you.
Nice little graze off the other one.
1.
And if you've been really unlucky, Jamie, Kyron's got a perfect angle on the brown. And it looks like he has. a big shot this, because if he can knock this brown in onto the red. And anywhere half ball angle on the blue, that is a lovely little cluster to go into. It's a massive gap.
5.
And you'd have to be, well, you'd have to be so unlucky not to be on one. Definitely prefer to be going into those reds off the blue.
Normally pretty good with the rest. He hasn't gone to the cue, but he's
6.
fortunate that he's finished. He's underhit it enough that he's got a lovely angle in the blue to come in between green and brown and touch your right hand side. 2 cushions into the bunch.
There is a red on the right hand side that he's been looking at, so I don't know whether he's going to play the shot we originally thought. That one does pot, and he may consider that screwing back and leaving the cue ball there. If he pots that, he'll open up the reds anyway. Soon see.
Yep, I didn't know this red went, and that's a great shot. As you say, he was pretty much always going to be high on this red. Play this back for the blue, you can actually play for the black here, but just don't snooker yourself.
Just needed more topspin on there, sort of half stunned. Because of that, cue ball didn't have any weight going through when it made contact. So now it could be end of break. Yeah, just needed to hit more topspin than that one, just to run through and move that red away a bit more.
Brown. Karen Wilson, 12th.
Jamie just having to look at the angle there. If he hits this red onto the black to make sure that the red doesn't go towards the corner. He's got a nice target behind yellow and brown. He can whiz it round the angles. How's the cue ball? Quite. Oh, this is a good shot. This is where Jamie should have been, and because he wasn't, well, that Kyron the opportunity. What is it? This game is fractions. You don't get in behind the yellow and brown, you can be pretty sure that your opponent's going to do it the next time. Cushion escape with running side. Couldn't have hit that much better. Don't know whether that red that's between the pink and black pots in the corner. Well, mustn't do. It does, but Karen's not even looking at it. I don't know why not, because it was safer than that one he played.
Well, it's very unlike Karen Wilson to turn down a long pot, and it definitely looked like it went. I'm trying to think of reasons why he wouldn't go for it, whether the cue ball was going to be going into other reds, but looks like it cost him this third frame.
It was certainly a higher percentage pot anyway, wasn't it, for him, the way he pots? You wouldn't expect him missing it, even if he cannoned something.
Six. Seven.
So a similar situation to the previous frame. Jamie Jones is just going to birdie the blue in and leave his opponent needing one snooker. The difference for Jamie, he has got a red to go for. So get this red, stop your opponent coming back to the table.
So from Kyron Wilson looking quite comfortable in the opening frame. All of a sudden, that bad mistake when he went in off and let Jamie Jones make the clearance. He's going to find himself 2-1 behind very quickly.
$20 in the frame, Jamie Jones.
So Kyron's had enough of that one. And Jamie Jones, well, it's been a battling start from him. And now, after being 1-0 behind, he leads 2 frames to 1. Shot.
1.
One good positional shot away. It's got a few points, but obviously it's going to have to be off the blue. Well played. Nice shot there.
6.
Yeah, there's definitely 20 or 30 points on here. You can't really say there's a chance to win the frame at this visit. Certainly not yet.
Yep. 7.
You'd love to get pink or black into the open as quick as possible. Then it would become a decent opportunity. Hmm.
12.
Finished pretty much dead straight in this red, and it's going to need good cueing to screw back for the blue. It's okay if he's short this time, because I'm sure the red next to the yellow goes to the green pocket. And
13.
well cued. He's coming down to have a look at this end of the table, because there's a couple of shots time. He's going to have to think about moving something. You know, that red that you just looked at, the left of the 3 together, pots to the left corner, but it's not really a red that's going to develop pink or black. I think it might be potting blue, then the last open red that he's playing for now, and an angle in the blue. He'd definitely try and disturb something this time. I think the black and red is a good target.
18. 19.
Oh, not one of Karen's best, the last shot there. Oh, shouldn't have been having to use the rest on the brown. Why didn't go down a little further? I had to use the rest, and he was looking then maybe dropping the red in the middle after that. So we can have the angle on the blue, Stephen, but this is not a gimme.
Now you've got to give this your full attention. Just drop it in. Now, if you're going to play the cannon into the black, you try and play it into the left-hand side of the black as we look. It's obviously that's having to be very, very accurate, but that would send a cue ball possibly into the other three reds.
Like in the cannon into the three reds and come off the right-hand one and maybe bring the black out.
Yep. I like your thinking, John. I like your thinking. There it is. Why are you so clever?
29.
Yeah, I think definitely that's a shot because the cue ball was too far and too acute an angle in the blue to play into the red and black. And he couldn't have played it any better. So slowly but surely, he's turning this into a frame-winning chance. Again, he can play the cannon into the two reds to the left of the black spot. I mean, if this went right, you'd fancy him to win the frame.
Yeah, he's one good positional shot away here, isn't he? Well, the way he's playing this, maybe he's not moving anything. He did.
It's deceptive because he cues up quite high in the cue ball, isn't it? You don't know he's going to play a stun shot.
Well, he certainly conned me. I thought he was playing a run through there.
He went too low there. He played the cannon the right-hand side of those two reds. He got into the cue ball too much. This is much thinner than it looks on your screen. I think I've seen a little gasp there. I think he was going to get a cannon on the red. That's the two reds in the right cushion, the one that's further out. I think he thought he was going to get a cannon on that to leave himself on the black to the left corner. Yeah, you watch here. It's pretty close. Now you can just make sure the blue here doesn't have to play it with any pace because you're guaranteed to be on the red that's nearest to the right corner pocket. Just drop this blue in dead weight. Just let the cue ball do the rest. He's hit it for harder than I thought he was going to hit it.
I have to say though, he's knocking some balls in this break. I mean, it's been on a lasso all the way through.
43.
Fantastic exhibition of recovery shots.
Yeah, we haven't had a frame one in one visit, and there's been far easier chances than this one to do so in the match so far. This never really looked on as a frame winning opportunity when he started.
There's been so many really high tariff shots in it.
Yep.
Lost the cue ball early, had the brown with the rest, which he knocked in, dropped the red in the middle, played a lovely little cannon. The blue off the side cushion was excellent. Different type of break entirely. You know, you're not used to seeing these boys with the cue ball so tight, and this has been one of those breaks where it hasn't happened like that, but to his credit, he's kept going.
52. $59. $60. $67. $68.
That was an excellent positional shot. Probably one of the best ones in the break. And that's the highest break of the match so far, 73. Been a great break, hasn't it?
74.
I was just thinking, if he could somehow manage to make a centre here, there won't be a better one at the Crucible in this whole championship. Well, that's disappointing.
74 in front.
But that excellent 74 break. Never looked on when it came to the table. A fabulous break from Karen Wilson takes him back into the lead at 3-2.
So it's Karen Wilson breaks off in frame 6. And after that excellent 74 break in the last frame, he's all of a sudden gone from 2-1 down to 3-2 in front. And that is a hit right across the ball from Jamie Jones. And if he's got away with that, he is very fortunate.
Yeah, it's very disappointing to miss a pot by so far. Again, I think he sort of errs on the side of caution. But if you're going to take the pot on, you take the pot on. And he has left Karen Wilson something to the right corner.
One.
Good pot, and I love that kiss. So it looked like he was getting in stroke in the last frame with that excellent 74. Had to work very hard for it. Some brilliant shots in it, and the cue ball was up and down the table, but what a break it was. But he's just starting to look dangerous in this match.
6.
Threw away the second frame when Jamie Jones made the clearance, needed the snooker. Karen went in off, he was in front, so he should have been 2-0 up. But has recovered well since 2-1 down.
$7.
Now, he's left his cue ball deliberately where it is, low on this red, in order to cannon into the bunch.
So would you be playing this with topspin or backspin?
I think I'd be playing kind of almost a stun off the middle red of those three, the bunch, and just stun the cue ball forward. Oh, he's played it well. He's played it well. I think the safest way of playing it is a screw shot, because then you know the cue ball is definitely coming away from the reds.
Hit that lovely, didn't he?
Just black has just become missable because the cue ball's gone quite low. Yeah, well played. Good chance to put the hammer down in this match.
22.
He's just starting to look like he's in the groove. Could be
23.
a very costly opening red, that, from Jamie Jones that he hit across.
Yeah, that's the standard that you expect to have to meet at the World Championship. You know, you get punished for making an error even so early in the frame. Kyron's having a look at the referee. Yeah, I think when the referee had the pink first, it wasn't in line.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's quite a big decision to get that right, isn't it? Because obviously, if it is directly in line, that pink should be potable in the corner.
29.
So Karen just having a look. Pink definitely goes in the corner. It's just a matter of getting that cue ball in a position where you can knock the next red in and just drop in behind it. Well, that was a slightly strange shot for me.
35.
Thought he might have screwed out round the angles and come back for the reds in the open, but for some reason played the cannon.
Yes, I agree with you, John. I don't really know what he was playing there. In the end, he's quite fortunate to have a pot to the left corner.
$36.
It's finished short in the blue, but there's no problem. Two reds. Choice of reds to the left corner. I think I'd be playing in between green and brown with the right hand side. Two cushions. Has he played this too hard? This is a bit pacey. It's pulled up in time.
41.
Yeah, and he may very well be able just to pot this red and move the other one away from the pink, although probably wouldn't take the chance. He may play it a bit firmer and have the option of going up for blue. Either way, his heart must have been in his mouth. It was coming down the table. It did look a little pacey. Let's say which way he plays it. Is it blue or is it pink? It's pink.
42.
Had to take his shoe off to play that shot. Obviously, nice shoes. Got a little bit slippy.
Oh, it's handy. They've not got laces in them. It's taken a while.
got to be careful with his hand there. Funny enough, his opponent in the first round, Matthew Stevens, actually fouled in a similar situation. Singing his praises for owning up. The referee didn't see it, so you have to be very careful.
$48.
Sufficiently in this break. Shots could have gone awry, but got them nice now, straight pink. So it does look like Jamie Jones is going to pay the ultimate price for that
55.
poor shot at the start of the frame.
56.
Yeah, unforced errors is what's going to cost you at this level. Cutting them to an absolute minimum, and that was an unforced error. Under no pressure there whatsoever. Gifted his opponent this chance.
$62. $63.
That is highest break of the match in the last frame. Break of 74. Every reason to believe he'll pass that here. Struggling for a century, I would think, but you never know. Those reds near the side cushion.
$70. $71. $77.
Well, if you give him another 20 shots, he won't be able to do that again.
78.
Yep. How did he get through that gap? It was a great shot, mind you. The only way he can get on the blue perfect. This has been an excellent break from Kyron. He's just starting to motor.
Yep, guaranteed of being no worse. He's going to be level going into the second session, but 2 frames left. He'll win both of them. That's the mood he's in now. Oh, he's gone off and off. So again, he doesn't make the century break, but he won't be too bothered. Very impressive in these second 4 frames. Karen Wilson so far now leads 4 frames to 2.
So it's Jamie Jones, breaks off in frame 7. And the last 2 frames hasn't seen too much of the table. Makes a 74 and 83 from Kyron Wilson. So you would think imperative that Jamie wins at least one of these last 2 frames. Doesn't want to be going 6-2 behind after the first session. 5-3 never total disaster. Good pot though.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure at least last 4 or 5 frames that red's been left out, the same red. So either both players need to hit the pack thicker in the break-off or get more right-hand side on the cue ball to get the cue ball in behind the green. But yeah, it was very confidently played by Karen Wilson. He deliberately stopping the cue ball short of the bolt colours to make sure he's got a pot on. The way Jamie Jones was playing it was almost as if he was playing a shot to nothing, making sure to get the cue ball safe.
Four. Five.
Well, played the little cannon there, didn't get it. Made
12.
such a difference that if he'd have just nudged that red out of the way there. Ooh. He'd have been able to play the red next to the black, and that would have opened it up for both pockets. Anyway, he's landed on one in the middle, past the pink. With a little gap, just on through. Result. May just have to be an absolute power through here off the pink. Take your chances. There's something about it he doesn't like. Well, he thinks he can get across. Just hold it up. I wonder why he was shaking his head really from the position. At first I thought he couldn't hold for that red.
19.
Don't know whether he's gone far enough. And if he hasn't, it's a big mistake. Not a lot of angle there.
No, Brown's the only ball he can play to get this cue ball back down here, and well, he's got plenty of power. It's the sort of shot that he's very good at. But he absolutely butchered that one. He'll be very disappointed the way he's played the last two frames. He'll want to keep that going.
I mean, it's such a bog standard shot for the, not this one, the brown he's got, the one before, just to make sure you're up past the blue. There was nothing in it. The only thing you had to do was give yourself an angle. Be kicking himself if he didn't get on the blue there. Needs to get a chance sooner or later, Jamie. It's funny, this game, snooker, you can seem to go for ages without getting any decent chances. Last couple of frames he's had to watch breaks of 54, 74 and 83. So he's just got to be patient and wait. Yeah, can't really get bogged down in a safety duel at the moment when he's on top, certainly scoring wise. So he knew full well, putting the cue ball down in the balk area, he's going to leave an easy get out for Jamie, but nevertheless, once he plays this, it'll be a bit more of a uniform table again. Well, wasn't very close to that one. And this is, well, 33 minutes since Jamie Jones potted a ball, so that's what I was on about before. Sometimes you just have to hang around and wait. It's in. And he just needed to pass the yellow.
Now, the second shot of this match, Karen Wilson played a yellow into the right middle and screwed the cue ball in and out of balk. I don't see Jamie Jones playing the same shot. He's looking at it. It'd be very negative to refuse a pot here. He's not, he's taking the blue. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think his thinking is here. He's trying to make something happen. He hasn't had many chances. The pack being fairly tight, he probably wouldn't be getting any chance, even if he tucked him up beyond the yellow. So here we go. Great pot.
Yeah, that'll make him feel good. They're always nice pots to get. There's ones where you do have the chance of tucking your opponent up behind the balk colour, but you decide to play the aggressive shot. And when you get it, it gives you a little boost of confidence. You don't really get anywhere at this level of snooker being negative. You've got to force the initiative yourself. Possibly play for the brown here, because the red that's closest to the brown I think will go to left corner, but I don't think it goes while the brown's there.
30.
Yep, good shout. Pot this, come off the side cushion for the brown and stun up.
40.
Or just a straight screw back for that bottom red. I think the yellow spot
Brown
is available for this brown.
He's not left himself the best angle on this brown. He's not got the most cue power in the world, Jamie Jones. But he's managed to do it. Good shot. So now imperative, an angle on the black. He just, the red that's in between
80.
the black and the pink spot, that's the one he wants to cannon. So finish level on the black. Oh dear,
90.
Jamie Jones, that is such... Well, he doesn't need me to tell him that. What a bad shot that is. That could be in the break, finishing straight in the black. So careless.
The only thing I can think of is he screws back and he plays the plant. There's two reds there, but there's a bit of a gap between them. But what else is he going to do? Try to get... Oh, he's played screw back with reverse side. And he may be on one.
26.
Through the gap and then into the yellow pocket. Just goes to show you, though, as we see this red go in again, that one little mistake with the cue ball in this game, and you can go chasing the cue ball around all over the place to get position again. Because, as Stephen rightly said, if he just gets half ball on the black, plays a little cannon, they're all there for him. And what does he do? Leaves himself straight. Anyway, he's recovered well.
$33.
And a good response to not potting the ball for over half an hour.
He has got some grit and determination, this player, you have to say.
40. $41.
Again, he's finished awkward on the black. I mean, if he just follows the cue ball another inch, he should be able to screw this back no problem with just a touch of left-hand side. But he's just making it harder than it should be.
48.
That started with a excellent pot in the blue.
Thank you. The final frame of the session.
49.
Yes, undoubtedly the best shot of the match from Jamie, that was, taking that blue on. Very positive and, well, frankly, he deserves everything he gets after doing that. Got a little bit lucky when he screwed back with reverse side to have that red through the middle, but it was a great pot to knock it in the yellow bag.
54.
Just what he needed. Match was started to run away this afternoon.
55.
So
$62. $63.
Not sure if the yellow passes pink to the green pocket. I think it does. If it doesn't, and you want to make a century, he's got to play for brown off the last red.
$70.
well, he's got the angle to do that, Stephen, hasn't he? Little stun up there. Play on the brown.
Suppose if he gets on pink, he can play for the yellow to the left
71.
middle,
Yeah.
which is what he's done.
Either or. But whatever it is, this is just the response he needed.
77.
I mean, lovely if you could make the century, but he won't be too bothered. The main thing is he's got over the line in the frame.
79.
Yeah, and it all sets up a very interesting last frame of this session. Is Karen Wilson going to take a 2-frame lead, or is it going to be all square?
82.
Yeah, and the scoring has certainly stepped up in this match since the mid-session interval. Breaks a 74 and 83 from Karen. And this 86 and more to come. Hopefully a century from. And this is the highest break of the match so far.
Well, no century again, but
Jamie
excellent visit to the table from Jamie Jones.
One.
If you get close to the pot and miss it, the red ball has to stay that end of the table.
Very strange choice of shot. As you say, the fact that he played 2 really good shots and glued the cue ball to the bottom cushion, and to go and do that. But Jamie Jones just played a terrible shot there.
5.
He's ended up on the other one with the rest, which is okay, but he shouldn't have been getting the cannon on that red.
Yeah, at the moment it's the simple things, the straightforward
6.
things that Jamie Jones is making mistakes in, and he's doing the difficult stuff really well. Pink is available to the right corner, so not a lot to do with the cue ball here.
30.
Yeah, but sort of all the time he's having to do a little bit more than he should be having to do. Cue ball isn't really tight in among, you know, to the next object ball. It just makes the break so much easier. Wouldn't expect him to miss this, and he should have the cue ball then. Good shot.
40.
Now he's in position.
Yeah, he has to stun down the cue ball. 2 reds above the black. Choice of 2 to the right corner. Okay. This is
90.
obviously it's an option. But you want to get that black as clear as possible, as soon as possible.
$20.
Not too worried about the pink. On the
26.
green spot, the black's available.
$27.
He just needs to concentrate here. Make sure he's always leaving angles on the black. This has been, I'd have to say, an excellent, well, we're still in the 4th frame, but an excellent 4
34.
frames since the interval.
Yes, and an excellent response from Jamie Jones. Full stop. 4-2 behind. And potted a ball
35.
for half an hour. And taking the bull by the horns and taking that blue on has certainly changed his man around the table. Oh, goodness me.
Jamie Jones,
Well,
35.
we're talking about how players are going to feel tonight before tomorrow morning's session. And if Karen Wilson clears up now, Jamie Jones is not going to have a pleasurable night. Just when it looked a certainty that it was going to be 4-4. Concentration, that's all it
One.
was. It wasn't twitch, it wasn't nerves, just pure carelessness. He'll be fuming sat there.
Yep, looked like he'd done all the hard work.
8.
And the 2 or 3 positional shots that went quite plumb. Then he gets the cue ball exactly where he wants it and misses a black off the spot. Where Kyron landed there was even
9.
better, because he's now got 5 reds in the open. So just those 2 reds on the left hand side are going to be the key to this frame, you would think.
I think I'd be looking for an angle in the black as soon as possible, because if you go into play the cannon to those 2 reds now, even if the cannon doesn't work out, look at all the reds you've got available. If you leave that to the very end and it doesn't work out, you have to play a safety shot.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's quite a big target as well, isn't it? Those 2 reds together and just being
16.
a little bit off the cushion, so it makes an even bigger target.
You could play it here, standing behind the black to the same pocket.
17.
Just gone too far. I don't think he's thinking about that shot at the moment. Where is he going to possibly go into the reds? No.
25.
Like I said, if you leave that shot to when there's no open reds, and you put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I'd be very tempted after the next red, personally. Not to go into the reds off the red. I just mean
30.
pot the red and get on the black and go into the 2 reds and leave the red in the middle of the table. So there's your insurance. Play the cannon, bring the reds out. If you don't work out perfectly, you've still got the one in the middle to go at. But what I wouldn't be doing is leaving the 2 reds to the very last one. Well, he's moved one of them.
It's funny to see Jamie Jones in the back there with his head in his hands. Looks thoroughly miserable. And so he should be. What a chance
36.
when he was in. It'd have been 4-4 by now. The fact that
37.
Karen Wilson left one of those reds on the cushion will give Jamie Jones a little bit of hope. If Karen Wilson finishes low on this red to left corner, he might be tempted. No, he's not finished low. I was going to say he might be tempted to take the red off the cushion from this shot.
I'm afraid
44.
when we were talking about it, I'd have had to have gone into those 2 reds off the black earlier in the break. That was the way to play it for me. You had such a big target off the side cushion into the 2 reds, and you've got the insurance of the reds in the middle. That for me was the way to do it earlier.
He's playing it, trying to take the red off the cushion. There's Is it 4 on the problem? The cue ball is always going to stay there. Don't know what the angle is in the blue to drop the blue in dead weight. Is he going to can in the pink, or is he going to just creep past it?
Is he going close to the corner pocket?
They have a natural angle to just miss the pink and hit the ball cushion. That's the dead weight shot. That's pretty well.
Very well. And as you can see where the cue ball was going, it was going towards that corner. So that took a bit of nerve.
$51.
That was well played. Really well played. Lovely judgment. So he's 16, 21, 22, 29. So if he can get this blue, red and a black, he'll need a snooker, Jamie Jones. And he will absolutely be livid with himself that he missed that black off the spot. And he'll have all
56.
night to think about it. There it is.
Yeah, this will be the topic of discussion with his friends tonight. What if I'd potted that black? How did I miss that black?
57.
Try and forget it somehow. Okay, have a post-mortem and then get on with preparing for tomorrow morning. He's taking these well, Karen Wilson, you have to say.
And he certainly has. And the last 4 frames of this particular match have all been top draw.
64.
Yes, there have been a couple of misses here and there, as you'd expect, but there's been some very heavy duty scoring as well.
Karen Wilson, 64.
Well, almost every ball on the table moved there.
So, aided by that 64 break, it should be Kyron Wilson who takes a 5-3 lead. Oh, there's a good shot. Stunned off, and on the black made the difference. And Kyron Wilson's now wondering why he didn't concentrate a bit more on that yellow. Only the one snooker required.
That's what he's thinking. He played one careless shot in an earlier frame when his opponent needed a snooker. That yellow was careless the way he just threw himself at it.
Yeah, and there's enough of a gap where the yellow is to go round the back of it. Nearer to a cushion makes it easier to hit, but it's not that close to a cushion.
Foul.
Wow.
Jamie Jones, 7.
Well, he may have been fortunate. Yes, he's hit the black, but if the black has covered the pot for the yellow, anyway. Oh, it does pot. The green is in a horrible position, but the only thing you can say about it, if you do land behind it, the brown not being on the spot is an advantage. Looks like he's not going to play on the green, Stephen, doesn't it?
Well, if you play plain ball, I'm sure the cue ball's going up in between the blue and pink. You'll be pretty close to the green. And he's put it a touch aside. That's pretty good. Just doesn't want to be bridging over the brown. It's about as good as he could do.
That was an excellent shot. Now, if the brown is pottable after potting the green, I don't blame you taking this on. But he's looking there thinking that brown is just a little bit too far down the table.
But what safety shot do you play?
Well, you can stun it into the jaws and send it down the table, but it's not great. You don't know exactly where the green's going to go. But he's just looking to see that if he actually runs through, maybe he can pot it. It's a better angle if he runs the cue ball through, but this is a massive shot.
I think it's worth going for the green purely. You get it for the psychological blow it's going to deal to your opponent. He's stunning the cue ball, makes me think he's refusing it. If he went for it, he hit it superbly.
Jamie Jones 2.
Couldn't get much closer than that. Did he go for this, John, or was he playing your shot?
I don't know, but I know one thing. It went exactly back where it where it started. That is unbelievable to finish in the same spot.
I think he was playing your shot, the safety shot, hitting the green off the jaws of the pocket, trying to send it up the black end of the table.
I think you're probably right. And hit it too good.
Just from where the cue balls ended up. If you go for the pot, you have to just play it dead weight. The only problem is the green's not going to come in far enough away from the cushion. If he tries that shot, he may leave the green pottable. Jamie Jones will just be delighted. He's back in with a chance of winning this frame.
Yes, and it is what you consider probably a green ball fight. Green will put Karen over the line, but if Jamie gets it, well, they're all there to be potted. Oh, good shot. Excellent, and put the brown in a much better position. That was a clever little shot he played there. Right round the angles, and well, the brown is over the pocket as good as now.
Do you play John Cushion first?
I think I might be tempted to push the green onto the left-hand side cushion and the cue ball on the right-hand side one. Try and line them up more or less level across the pink spot. I suppose he could play back up and down. That brown is actually covering the pocket there that way, so he's got a few shots. The only thing about hitting it from behind is you've got to guarantee you get the right line. Pretty good. It was the easier shot to play, but it was also the one that could have gone wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was the easier of all the options, and when you're under pressure, a lot of time you tend to bail out and play the easier shot. As you say, that green could have easily gone over the far left corner pocket. Same shot for Jamie Jones.
Well, a slightly bigger bounce than he thought it was going to get that off the top cushion, and I don't know whether the green passes the black. Well, it does. There's not a lot of room there. But I think I'd be tempted to push the green up and down past the blue and try and drop the white in behind the black instead. Even if you don't get the snooker, just get the green up, because the brown is obviously covering the hole.
If he gets close to this but doesn't pot it, the green can stay over this corner pocket. Well, he's fortunate he missed it by so far. Well, it's left it very awkward now for Jamie Jones. May just play cushion first and roll into the green. But if he's playing the safety, he's got to get this thin.
And he's got to hit it. One thing you don't want to be doing with this is miss it completely. I think because of that, that's why he's hit it thick.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
Mind, playing that shot. So, one good pot with the rest for a 5-3 lead overnight.
Yeah, solid pot. Yeah, top of the cheeks for Kyron Wilson. Huge sigh of relief. He's got his 2-frame lead to go into the second session.
7.
That's enough. Jamie Jones shakes Kyron Wilson's hand. Great opening session, that very interesting. The last 4 frames all heavy duty scoring, but it's Kyron Wilson who takes a 2-frame lead in tomorrow's session. He leads by 5 frames to 3.
So it's been yet another cracking day of snooker here at the Crucible Theatre, and we're back at 10 o'clock live on BBC Two. We shall see you then. Bye for now.